Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com, and it is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023, here with today's NRFIs and YRFIs. Of course, NRFI stands for no runs in the first inning. It's a Major League Baseball bet. Yes runs first inning is the YRFI. Yes runs first inning. These are just acronyms. Some books call them over half a run in the first inning. That would be the yes runs first inning. And some books call it under half a run for the no runs first inning. It's all the same thing. No runs first inning, 6 outs. That's all it takes. Yes runs first inning. Could happen on the first batter if he knocks it out of the park. As soon as a run is scored in the first inning, well, the bet is over. Making these bets quick and exciting, and of course, get paid in a hurry. That's the whole idea of it. Of course, we know the best way to beat the books is to shop the lines. A $20 bettor that doesn't shop lines starts the year $600 in the hole if they bet just 3 games a day. If you bet 6 games a day, you start $1,200 in the hole. If you bet $100 a game and you bet 6 games a day, well, you're starting $6,000 in the hole before you ever make a bet. I wouldn't tell you guys to do something I don't do myself, so I shop the lines. I encourage you guys to do so as well. A lot of people want to support us without buying picks. We get it. Not everybody buys picks. It doesn't make sense for everybody. It depends on how much you bet. But if you use our links over at pickdawgz.com to sign up for a sports book, that helps us a ton. We don't want your Venmos or Cash Apps. We don't ask for donations. We just ask you to use our links when you sign up for a sports book. Helps us a ton, helps you a ton. It's a win-win situation. Let's look at yesterday's NRFIs. This is the only show where we look at yesterday's results. So let's take a quick look at them and see exactly how it panned out. We took the yes runs first inning in the Guardians versus Yankees game. And yeah, there were runs in the first inning of that game. We took the yes runs first inning in the Pirates-Astros. Yes, there was runs in the first inning of the Pirates-Astros game right out of the gate in that one. We took the no runs first inning in the Phillies-Marlins. There was no runs in the first inning. Our luck changed a little when we went to the no runs first inning in the Twins-White Sox game. There was runs in the first inning of that one. We went no runs first inning in the Mariners-Cubs. That game ended up being a wild one with the wind blowing out at Wrigley, so we did not win that one. We took yes runs first inning in the Diamondbacks-Brewers. There were runs in that game, but not in the first inning. We took yes runs first inning in the Angels-Nationals game. Not one that I loved on the show, and I made that pretty clear, and well, there's reason not to love it. It did not win, but we did close the night with a winner. Yes runs in the first inning in that Dodgers-Giants game. A decent payer on that one as well. So not a horrible day, not a great day, just a day. But anyways, let's look at today's NRFI action, see if we can get on the heater that we have been waiting for. Game number 1, we go back to Pittsburgh versus Houston. Yes runs first inning. We cashed on this one yesterday. See if we can make it 2 days in a row on the same bet. In this one, Rich Hill on the mound against Urquidy. Rich Hill got absolutely bludgeoned last time that we saw him. He is a crafty veteran. He probably shedded that thing right off. Urquidy, he is vulnerable as well for the Astros. I like this one. Yes runs in the first inning. This game's got a 12:35 Eastern time start. So let's see if these two teams get right back at it. Of course, at this point, they know each other pretty well. This is the closeout game of that series. We go to the game between the Padres and the Mets, and this one has been a little bit of a defensive series. We got Tyler McGill on the mound for the Mets against Blake Snell on the mound for the Padres. Snell, not quite the same pitcher that we saw in Tampa Bay a few years ago, but really not the same pitcher that we saw just a couple years ago either. He's definitely on the way back, but he's not going to go deep into games. But in the early innings, he's had really, really good stuff. As for Tyler McGill, not a guy that I particularly like, but at the same time, he hasn't been giving up a lot of runs. In the first game at Miami, he gave up 2 runs in 5 innings, and the next time out at home against the Marlins, he didn't give up any runs at all over 6 innings. I think the NRFI, a pretty good call in this one. We'll take the NRFI in the Padres-Mets, our second pick of today's show. The third one, well, these Yankees games have been a lot of runs early. And against Cleveland in this one, with Peyton Battenfield on the mound for the Guardians, with Clark Schmidt on the mound for the Yankees, I could see both teams scoring runs in the first inning in this one. Would be a strong play. I'll have to take a look and see what the weather's doing there in Cleveland. It's kind of a crosswind, but it's going to be 74 miles an hour. I expect that ball to be moving in Cleveland. I like the yes runs first inning in the Yankees versus Guardians matchup. Our next one, we go to the Brewers against the Diamondbacks. Pitching change here for the Brewers. Junk on the mound instead of Woodruff. That is a big difference in this one. But, the thing is, for the Diamondbacks, they start Dre Jameson. No bargain there either. I mean, both of these guys fully capable of getting busted up. I'll tell you, the over in this one looking pretty strong. We know Jameson has only pitched in relief, and he's been tagged in 2 of the 3 times that he's taken to the hill. So we know he can get hit. We know Junk, he gets crushed as well. So I expect to see plenty of runs in this game. I don't think either of these starters make it to a winning decision as far as the distance in the game. I expect to see plenty of runs in this game, and I expect to see plenty of runs early. Yes, runs first inning in the Brewers D-backs. Our next one, we like the no runs first inning in the Phillies-Marlins game. This has been a no runs first inning series, even though yesterday Jose Luzardo outdueled Aaron Nola on the mound. And Nola, did give up that bomb to Birdie early before he got absolutely shellacked later on in the game. Luzardo was large and in charge like he's been all season. But today we got Edward Cabrera on the mound, who is seen as the rising star for the Marlins. And the thing about Cabrera is he walks a ton of batters. But I think that the Marlins know this. He knows this. Control is an issue, so maybe they try and hone in on it as the season goes on up against Zach Wheeler for the Phillies, who I think is one of the more overrated pitchers in the game. So lots of value on the Marlins, but at the same time, we're going to roll with the NRFI, which has been straight money in this series in the Marlins versus Phillies. Our next one up, we got the Orioles against the A's. This one, Yurfie. The Orioles really hitting the ball hard. We talked about this yesterday on the show, and the A's actually were the ones that scored in the first inning of last night's game. And, it was the Orioles that had the comeback late to win that game and to cover the run line. I tell you, I think this one, we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Dean Kramer on the mound for the Orioles. He is a good pitcher, but he's not like he's unhittable. And Ken Waldichuk on the mound for the A's. To be honest, I don't think it matters who's pitching for the A's. The Orioles are hitting the ball so hard and so cleanly right now. That term that they talk about, the hitters barreling the ball. Well, the Orioles, they are barreling the baseball up and down the order. I like the yes runs first inning in the Orioles A's. And our final pick for today is the yes runs first inning in the Dodgers Giants. Clayton Kershaw takes the hill for the Dodgers. Alex Cobb on the mound for the Giants. 2 good pitchers, but as is the case, and we talk about this often on this show, if you're going to get to a good pitcher, you got to get to him early. And I believe that is the case here. We're going to see runs early in this game. I like the yes runs first inning in the Dodgers Giants. So let's recap everything that we've gone over on this show one more time. Remember, shop lines. Get the best lines available. I can't beat it into the ground enough. I'm going to start putting up graphics as to how much money you're losing right out of the gate without even making a bet if you're not shopping lines. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, shop lines. Win money. But let's get to today's picks one more time. We took the yes runs first inning in the Pirates Astros. No runs first inning, Mets Padres. Yes runs first inning, Guardians Yankees. Yes runs first inning, Brewers Diamondbacks. No runs first inning, Phillies Marlins. Yes runs first inning, Orioles A's. Yes runs first inning, Giants Dodgers. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Make it a winning day. Let's crush the books. I will see you tomorrow with more NRFIs. Small card tomorrow. I'm sure we'll have some action for you anyway. Let's make it a winning day.